I
and
just,
find out when.
just get an idea.
But this is the only way I see you getting around the turnarounds,
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
and being able to do it legally.
I was looking at the road ordinance there, I guess we could read 100 feet. Now, I know on subdivisions, when they say 100 foot, means 100 feet, means 25, so many feet, a perimeter of the turnaround, not meaning 100 foot right away.
Yeah,
I mean 100 feet of actual turnaround.
sure, for the next one.
So many feet on this side, all adding up to 100 feet
Yep.
worth. So I don't know, maybe that's where it's kind of, gray, the way they.
Well, the
got it
thing
now.
is, that would still be on a Class B road,
Yeah,
and for a Class B road, then you need a fee simple title
yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
And a Class C road, you can't plow. So you've got 3 of those turnarounds, and as a committee, you can't say, gee, it's okay to break an ordinance.
Yeah,
Well,
Hi.
the ordinance is set up for somebody else's,
Right, planning board?
for like subdivision.
yeah, yeah,
Well, it was also set up to apply to the other roads that wanted to get onto it, and it applied where it's an ordinance now, I think it applies, period. That is isn't that the town law? I mean,
Existing private roads.
yeah,
It's the only ones that can jump onto a fee simple.
yes, yeah, you can't build a driveway and then jump in on it. It's
Right.
grandfathered.
Any new road is gotta be a
Good,
class,
bye.
class A road.
Yeah.
right. And these are to comply with, to try to fill what we had for gaps.
One of the selectmen will be down for briefly.
They have another cake party going on?
They're just sitting around.
Cake party?
Yeah, I don't know. They're busy, I guess. But they'll just be here briefly, so we might as well just continue on.
Yeah.
Okay. But notes from the last meeting?
I did ask while I was up there, I asked Lorraine if Dick Weymouth did want to be still on the road committee.
Yeah,
And she said, well, his wife called and said he was sick in bed. And I said, well, he hasn't been in any of the meetings, so.
But I talked to him personally.
Yeah, yeah,
I was at one of the Warren Finance meetings, so I asked him,
yeah.
because we had the question last time. So he said yes.
Okay.
so he's,
Because that was one of the things that we had, to find out. And Lorraine also said that they're going to be sending letters out to everybody whose terms are expiring to see if they want to continue on the committees, whatever committees they're on.
oh, this is nice, Rick. The maps,
Yeah.
that is great. Dick's back with your,
You know, I did.
Is that the one that you put together, the packet?
Dick put this together.
Oh, it's not included in this packet.
No.
No,
Do you have another one, or?
Yeah, I gave you one. Didn't I?
Well, I went upstairs.
With the paper clip on it?
This, by the way, is that,
Scott, did you go down on Willow Road with these guys?
No,
No, you didn't.
I would have done that.
That's
well,
gonna
we
be a
will
tricky
never
one.
leave you out again, I
that's
promise.
the thing for the
Promise.
drainage.
Oh, it is, okay.
So Willow could be done, well, we're gonna start the meeting?
Yeah, let's get going on this. First thing up is the notes from the last meeting. Shall we accept these notes as written?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
The only difference between the copy that I made and the copy you made, from D to C, was I had forgotten to add Jennifer Clerk as attending the meeting.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She emailed me and turned around and said, it doesn't really make that much difference, but I noticed you left my name off the attendance list. So, we did it on,
And you got the nice maps in those too.
Yes, you do. And that shows really why we can't. Now, so, all right. Well, what I'd like like to do is move the turnarounds on.
Yeah.
And let's do those after we do, let's get it quick on the Canal Bridge thing.
Yeah.
Because that, right now, New Hampshire has all of the, I spoke to Pam Judge today. New Hampshire has everything in place, they feel, other than a letter on town stationery for the town of Acton to be requesting to be, what are we requesting to be? A historic, the site to be a historic site recognized by the National Register. We're going to get a copy of their letter, whatever Wakefield is sending in with this packet, give it to our selectmen. They will read it over, and if it looks fine to them, they said they will sign it. Then that's all we have to send back to Wakefield right now, and they put in the packet for this. The other thing that she suggested, and you'll see in here, are the emails that were sent after that meeting, and I gave you a copy, Jacob. Well, I gave everybody a copy of the notes from the Canal Bridge meeting, and then the emails that followed. Because after we left the last meeting here, we went to the selectmen. We thought this was going to be a different committee. The selectmen at this Canal Bridge meeting put it back onto the road committee. They want us to.
They want everything to go through the road committee.
So we'll do the best we can with what we got. Yeah, we've got other people willing to help us, and they're fine with that. Mary Waterhouse is going to, when you look at these emails, it's with the historic stuff. She's going to contact, she's interested in doing that grant work, contact the state about us becoming a CLG community, which is the historic, and she's going to talk to the Conservation Committee, because they handle this sort of thing, and she's been working with them anyway, to get their input. And so that's where we are with that for the time being. Because if we can get the letter, and we'll see what happens. They have no other meetings scheduled as of now. It's just simply going to be a waiting game. The RSMS system also, we're waiting to hear from Jerry Douglas about when they want to reschedule. It could be any time now because the roads are not posted.
Do we have it in the town computer?
We've got it in the town computer. We've got the 10 roads that we're going to try. This one's a lot simpler than the one that we had done before. It doesn't involve culverts. The input is going to be very easy for the road commissioners. The only thing they will need will be a GPS system, and essentially you're only going to record what is a change in the road surface. So
No, what's already there.
Not, what we will do what is already there. As a committee, we'll go through and give you the initial road inventory. They'll put it in the computer upstairs, and then if you resurface it, all you do is give the GPS coordinates. They'll put that on the map, and it'll be your constant running road inventory. He said it's very easy, and you can be taught to do it in 20 minutes.
No, I think I mentioned it before, I have got the old information,
Yes, you
and
can.
we're gonna get it on a flash drive. I found it in my computer when Pam McElwain did. Those guys used my computer to put it in while it was in there.
That's
I just
good.
didn't know where it was, because they did. So I just gotta put on, I do have the flash drive, right on it, so that'll save a ton of work for you guys.
Oh, that'll be
So,
excellent.
I just have to put on the flash drive, so.
No, that isn't on the town computer yet?
No, that was,
Not, this is they found the old one that
Okay.
we had already done.
Yeah.
It's not on the town computer because
Let's
they
get
didn't.
it on the town computer, will we lose it again?
Well, that's what.
well, that's, I
just what he was
mean, I
saying.
didn't even realize we had it on my computer, but they saved the stuff, and they put it on their flash drive or whatever. So I guess, I got someone to look into it for me, and they found it for me.
Now,
So,
will that just feed into this new system?
I think you're gonna have
No.
to put that stuff onto that.
Yeah,
But like a separate file?
Well, I know, I think you can take what you got from the old stuff,
Yeah.
and you just got to transfer it onto that new program, I believe.
But if it eliminates culverts, because when we did.
Yeah, when you do it, just don't put the culvert stuff in, you know.
no, what's good
I
is
mean,
that
we'll
we
still
got
have to-
culverts from you because that we can turn over to the planning board. If they're doing this work with watershed surveys and whatever, and if that's what the culverts are.
Yeah.
We've done it, we can give them that and let them make a copy, and I know AWAT has done with their watershed survey. They didn't use GPS, but they did something similar to it, And apparently the GPS coordinates could be converted to their, whatever their system is, so they would know where they were in regard to the runoff.
Let me try.
While you're talking about culvert,
All right, I'm not gonna work on that. And the second thing is, he has this snow load thing.
I believe the town received a copy of a
Bill Bruce's or.
report done by the feds, I believe. And it's in the Saco River
I have done that, but I was waiting.
watershed.
So if you're gonna make it a PDF.
Locates all, and all the obstructions in the streams. And one of the things is the state, and I think they have money to do it, but they're trying to get across, especially like the road commission is, and if you're gonna replace a culvert, make sure that the downstream end isn't, you know, up, so the fish can swim up through it.
Yeah, that,
You know, you see a lot of them that were put in by some people, and turn around and all of a sudden comes out, and all of a sudden there's like a foot, 2 foot drop off the end, and no way the fish can, you know, get back
yeah,
up.
that's for a stream to have, you know, fish traveling through. Yeah, you have, you know, that's a new state law that they passed.
So, anyway, I think they're trying to set up a, like a one-day workshop where they would go over, you know, all the data and just tell what brooks and roads and whatnot.
So is that DOT or Fish and Game?
Fishing game,
Fish and Game.
yeah. I'll try, next time we have a meeting, I'll bring a copy of the report. But I think copies went to every town involved. Of course, with us, it's only like on one side because this side of town feeds into the Salmon Falls watershed.
Yeah.
So,
Well, would that be like Balch Pond?
yeah,
Because they don't feed into the Mousam watershed, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What, doesn't Balch feed into that? Does Balch feeds in the square, and square feeds in Mossel, correct?
well, Balls feeds into Little Osprey River, Little Osprey River is down through, over, finally ends up into the South River.
Balch tank, there's a Balch tank well.
Right there, where they just did the work.
And it goes through Chapley, well, it's towards Chapley way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
They just did all, the state did all that work. I haven't been over there, but.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Nice job. So I'll get that material off the computer, flash drive, and I just, it's kind of slow.
No, that's great, that's
And
good.
if we can use that, that's gonna save us a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's got
Well, there'll be parts of it we won't be able to
both
use.
sides.
That, yeah, both sides, it's it's everything, the whole program was there. I didn't have a flash drive to do it, I'm not Geek Squad, so kind of something I
Those
walk
flash
through, you know?
drives, you plug them in,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
and then click on that drive.
Yeah, so, but I'll get that as soon as, I should have by the next time we have our meeting, next meeting, I'll have it all to you anyways.
Okay,
And,
good, good. Well, we will, as soon as we hear from Jerry Douglas, we'll be booking the start of the RSMS. He's gonna come down here and do the class here. And,
But when he comes down, we
We upload
can
a
have
PDF,
this,
like we would any.
you know, put in the computer that he can look at this one, and he can look at the new one, and he can see, you
Exactly.
know,
yeah,
and help us.
Did we locate like if we go out to do the inventory, did we locate a laptop that we can use?
I think so. We could use the one.
Jerry Douglas said, don't, he said that it would just take him more time. He'll show us how to do it. He
Yeah.
said it'll take you more time to do it that way, you're better off just running it on a sheet. And he's gonna bring the thing and,
I'm kind of a fan of writing stuff on a sheet too, they don't get, you know, when the computer crashes, the whole system will go with it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why you have a backup.
Yeah.
That's why they.
he's doing 42 counts, so I
Yeah.
guess he knows what he's doing with it. And we'll see how it works. But, your turnarounds, and I'm glad, we move on to that, or?
Yeah.
The turnarounds are gonna be the problem because of our road ordinance.
No, not really.
I don't feel they should be, a turnaround shouldn't fall under, our road ordinance is for new roads.
Yeah.
You know, it's any new road to be built.
So
I
so
mean,
when you put a road in, they have to turn around and have a turnaround.
Right, and it has to be 50 feet wide and shrubs and brush and rocks.
What this road ordinance has really done is they're trying to make it so Joe Schmo don't come in and build a subdivision
Yeah.
with a 12-foot rock wide driveway and then say, tell the town, it's yours now. So I know the road ordinance is what it is, but I don't believe it. I think we can get around that for, you know, what, our roads should be grandfathered.
I think we gotta be pretty careful about trying to get around anything.
Well,
Yeah,
You know,
well, I know,
there are
but
a
yeah,
lot
but let's not overdo it to start with. Let's take each one and look at it, okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Have you ever seen the easement that was given for the one at the end of Garden Road? Do you ever get your fingers, no? Maybe that's one thing we ought to do is pull that up. That wasn't that long ago, when they did that turnaround up there, see what they did, what kind of an easement they got to do that. Maybe that's something we can, you know, kind of go off from. Because I think that's the last turnaround, I believe, that we put in and actually got the turnaround.
On Garden Road.
Yeah, right at the end of Garden Road, because what happened up there was, we used to go up, plow right to the top, I think it's Moshe Black's, and there used to be a turnaround on the left-hand side. Well, that property was sold, and the next year we went to plow, there was a brand new house there, and they said we couldn't turn around there no more, we had no place to turn around, except we'd have to back down the hill into a little, maybe a 10-foot little driveway that the Orchard had, with drop-offs, and so it became a real issue, and that was, so maybe what we ought to do is see what they did to get that easement, and what they really made, you know.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
is that something you could look into, Dick, and see how they did the easement there, the town?
Yeah,
we should have that on record, because that was
Yeah.
not too long ago.
you know, I laid this out, we went out and, the three of us went out and looked at each one.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and, so I come back and then I downloaded the maps and, found out who owned the properties and whatnot. And, so then I made a little copy of, each one of the maps to give you an idea so everybody knows what we're talking about.
Well, if you look at the Willow Street one, I looked at it a long time ago, where it stops, the road was supposed to continue. I've seen it on the maps.
Was that part of a subdivision or something?
Yeah, and it was supposed to wrap around, and if you look down below, there's a 50-foot easement right below it, and it was, you see where that little line goes out? It was supposed
Yeah.
to like do a whole cul-de-sac right there, so that spot right there could actually be my turnaround.
But it is.
That's the-
But yeah,
Well, the 50
yeah.
foot right away at the top?
You know, at the bottom,
Yeah.
on about halfway up, right where the W is on the left.
Okay, yeah.
See that opening spot right there? That's where the road, that 50 foot.
And that would give you your hammerhead kind of thing?
Right, that would,
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I think, 'cause that's where the subdivision used to go up, because I saw a map of that. It was supposed to be finished, it was supposed to go up, and then it was supposed to wrap around and
No,
come through
it
here.
goes all the way to the end. And then-
This is-
And then right at the end, where it says Willow Street, and off to the right, you see a 50-foot right-of-way. That's a driveway that goes into lot 2.
And there's
The
a
house-
cable across it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where the guy came out
Yeah.
How
on
many
that
feet,
other
how
house,
many feet
yeah.
down do you think that is from the end of it?
The
It's
guy in
about
lot
where
one,
it's-
hang on,
'cause I've seen it, it's about where that W is, it's,
Be about 170 feet.
yeah, it's about 100 and.
179.
Yeah.
180, 190.
Now,
Yeah.
right, what about right at the end of it, Scott? It says right there, there's a 50-foot right of way right there.
Well, there you go.
But it's a cable
There's a
across
cable
it.
across that, no
Yeah.
trespassing.
Oh,
It
I
would-
know,
it would be tough.
you know, I mean,
It would be tough to do it with a plow truck. It was real, yeah.
yeah, I know, I
Area.
used to turn around, and
Yeah.
that was the worst spot.
That is a small area, and, you know.
You have to
there's
pretty much back
properties-
down the road about 170 feet though, to, you know.
So
Yeah.
you're talking about, to the first left-hand turn.
Right, that road is not established right now, I mean, I
Right.
checked it out last week.
So now these three houses up here, though, are any of them year-round residents?
Yes,
I think they all are, aren't they?
yeah, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know if that guy that came out, if he was year-round.
I think so, too.
So pretty much that 50-foot right of way at the end is for lot 2, correct? Over here, the 5.6 acres.
Yes,
And is that occupied now, or is that just
Yes.
gated off? It is occupied.
there's
It
some,
shows the houses on it.
Oh, way down here, I have a hand on it.
So really, what you need to do is go up, you need to contact, the name of it's What's Left LLC. And they're down in Gunkwit.
Right. I mean, to go up beyond, continue the road the way it's supposed to go and do a turnaround up in there.
Yeah.
But that would be putting town money on a private road.
No,
No.
not necessarily. I mean, they'd have, if they deed that, the rights over to that, it's not anymore. I mean, it's our interest. So if, say.
If they deed it over to you, yeah.
Yeah, if they deed
it
over
to
a
you,
right of
yeah.
way or whatever.
That's the fee simple, which
yes.
they deed to you.
Yeah,
The public easement, as I see it, applies not for this. It would only apply on a Class C road.
yeah.
But if they would do fee simple, then yeah, that could do it.
I would think they would be obligated to do it.
Right.
I don't believe
This
they
is one-
finish their job.
Right, this is one of them roads that fell in
Yeah.
the cracks.
Remember, this is.
Well, I know.
Many years ago.
I
Fell in
know.
the cracks,
Yeah.
it never got finished, that's the problem. And this part of the road got accepted before the road was actually finished, you know, it just fell through the cracks again back in the day. And like I said, I remember seeing in the plan somewhere that it was supposed to wrap right around and come out where the W was on that easement.
I've got the subdivision plan right here.
That's the only thing that makes sense is continuing it on, because for you to plow back all the way down the road, almost 200 feet, then have to back 200 feet back up the road to drop your plow, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
No,
And that was sloped up there too.
Yeah, it's quite a, and
So I mean, so how would you, you know, when you get up in there with a plow, wouldn't have to, some of that area would have to be taken
oh,
out?
you'd have to definitely do some major
Yeah.
excavation up in there.
Yeah, you'd have to clear out probably an area, at least 100 by 100 areas, so you
Yeah.
can swing and do what you gotta do, I'm sure. But I couldn't imagine whoever these people are not at least assisting us with this, and giving us, you know, the correct easements to do something like this, because they didn't finish the job. And that's why our road ordinance is the way it is now, to stop that.
well, yeah,
That's kind of, it's a little step, but, you know, I think that's what they're trying to accomplish. Dick, did you, on Peck Road, did you have to do any research on, we'll see what kind of interest we have on Peck Road beyond where we stop plowing? Whether or not,
I mean, as far as I know, you know, we own the 50,
we're gonna check,
between the stone walls.
the town does?
Yep. And then, the guy we need to see there is, John Hammond, Papa Hammond's boy. Apparently he rents the house out. I don't know
Yeah.
where he lives.
I think it's New York, I think that's, last time I was told, I think it's where he lived, but, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm
But
talking.
you seem to think there would be enough room there that if we turn around, you know, just clear it with him, that beyond the, where the end of the road is, that we just clear that out to the stone wall and.
Yeah, I believe that if we've got 50 feet there, because we, you know, I know we don't have 50 feet going down Peck Road or something, I don't, that's rock wall there. I'm not sure what it is on the Somerville side. Does it
We
say?
measured, it was 40,
Yeah, but there's a rock wall on one side, there's not a rock wall on the other
yeah.
side.
But we kind of measured what we could do there, and I thought it was like 40-something feet.
Yeah, 47 feet, I think,
Yeah.
something like that, but that's down beyond the road itself where I was
Right,
talking about
right,
extending
yeah.
the road.
It'd be minimal, just some small trees that, you know, just so that all of a sudden he doesn't come up and all of a sudden, what the hell?
Yeah. No, I think there, all I have to do is really just actually extend Peck Road just a little further and widen out the end. Because if we can at least come down and push the snow down to that point and then back up Sawvilles, we have no problem there. It's just when you back down the hill, that's when you get hung up because it just drops right off. And during a snowstorm, it's just not adequate. But on Peck Road itself, beyond where Sawville's driveway is, beyond that, do we have the right of way down through there? We
As far as
do.
I know. But, you know, as I say, the thing to do is go go up there, or somebody goes up there and talks to both Sorrel and Hammond.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so that also if they got any questions, you know, about where the line is or whatnot, so that, you know, we say,
I think,
we say you decide to go ahead and start clearing out there, and then all of a sudden somebody comes out and,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing?
Well, that would obviously be the first thing we have to do.
We're gonna turn around and show them what we want to do, what two trees are gonna, because I don't think you even need.
There's not much, well, yeah, you're gonna need some fill there to flatten. One side, as you, it drops off real hard, that's where we're having a hard time now. Off the left-hand side, raise up a little bit, but it's not gravel. We need,
But as I say, we explain what they're gonna do and everything, and if they have no problems, and we're staying on the town part of the road.
yeah.
We just clear it out, you know.
I kinda had an idea that we had interest on that road, I just wanted to make sure of it before.
well, we should make sure, but you're still backing around in a driveway, right?
Well, we got,
Not necessarily.
no, if we can make that big enough there, I
Yeah.
won't really have to get into her drive, I'll still be in the town easement, I believe.
Then that would work, yeah. That wouldn't be any problem.
And
We got the one,
even the best
Buzzell
for
there.
last,
Yeah.
my feeling on Buzzell Road, and I've been out there and I measured it twice, and I couldn't find my old ancient records that I had, but the notes that I did have was that the town accepted 0.82 miles from the schoolhouse on Acton Ridge Road. And so I measured it twice and I came out 0.82, just about takes us into where the intersection is, and then Buzzell Road continues on. Whoever measured it before, I don't understand how they, you know, got the sign down so far and cause you to,
So
you know, get down over the hill there, and at the point of no return, you had to go to the next driveway.
I gave this, I had one on all the roads and it said point, but it did say Buzzell Extension. I did that, I gave it to Marissa. But it was, at all the roads and stuff like that, it said Buzzell Extension, 0.2 miles. So, how far would that be down around that corner?
0.2 miles.
Yeah.
Right down,
Well, it is,
probably where we bottomed, the bottom there,
Is that where we were?
at the most.
It was like 200
take
feet
it to
around
that
the corner,
house.
correct? That's where the
Yeah.
sign used to be.
I measured it twice, and 2 times today, okay? And, again, this is just, let's get on it, but as I say, it went on, and at the intersection on Acton Ridge Road, up to 0, and then started down, and then where I ended up with 0.8, okay, was, right by the driveway to, number 13. And then you go out and put the, what's it, 0.82, that'd be 2/100ths of a mile beyond that, which is only 105 feet, 106 feet. And as I say, it takes you right down to the, right here at the intersection.
Right.
And as far as that, you know, and I'd be glad to turn around and, whatever, to satisfy anybody, I'll do it again with the GPS. I got another GPS that gives the distance. And so if we're only talking, you know, within where Buzzell Road extension goes off, I don't understand why we can turn around and, you know, have that right there, you just clear that out, as long as don't pile up the snow in front of the road car, which you do anyway.
Right, with decent pavement ends is what you're saying? Well, then again,
Yeah, you're down the bottom of the hill.
you're down the bottom of the hill, I gotta back up, I gotta turn around.
No, you don't.
No, I think he's talking right,
Right at-
that house on the right-hand side, they have access in there, if I remember right, from this other,
Yeah, there's a little logging road right
yeah,
there.
right here.
Right.
So they have access in there the other house up there that you don't even plow to, that house, there was someone in the house, but it was for sale, so.
What are you talking about? Talking about Buzzell Road here.
On Buzzell
Yeah,
Road,
from
yeah.
Buzzell. It was the trailer that we were
It
looking
was
at.
a trailer.
That's why you've been
That's why you've been
turning
turning around.
That's why I turned
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the issue
But that
is,
doesn't
he's going over private
I don't
road
think
and
you have to,
turning
you don't
around.
go right near down there. You don't have to get down there at all. You don't have to get
Yeah,
down
I don't
there.
know why we're just not ending
So-
it right there.
Richard, where did you measure the .82 miles to? Roughly how far down that hill? Was it to that driveway?
It was right to here, I believe, is what he's talking about.
Okay, right at
At
the
the
lot.
intersection of Langley Shore.
So you're saying right there?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Or what you, whereabouts, okay, yeah.
This driveway is right
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah, it's about right here, yeah.
Yeah. And then the .02 will take you down to just about in here.
So, what
So
you're,
you don't have to go down this section at all.
well, right now, he's going to
I
this
know that.
right here.
He's going way the hell down here.
No, well, yeah, you're going to this lot right here, yes.
Number 12.
Yeah, number 12, so, this right here is where the stream crosses. That's pretty much where the pavement is, new pavement, so you're saying that they measured this incorrectly?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense if, maybe our research is a little bit more before we go
Yeah, no,
spend money and putting a turnaround
Yeah.
on something like
Yeah, I
that.
don't know how you can put a turnaround down, that's wetland, isn't it, pretty much? where-
Yeah, if we don't have to,
Yeah, I.
Yeah, no, that's-
you
Now,
know, and
that
as
makes
I
sense
say,
to me.
you know, I don't know who measured it before, you know, I caught Dave Cody down to the trading post and I give him hell. He said, I didn't do it.
Well, I guess we probably ought to see what happened, you know,
But-
we got the stuff that's voted off of the town so much from a certain point to a certain point.
Yeah.
We get someone to actually designate that spot instead of just
Right.
anybody,
Yeah.
get actually somebody to do it for us.
Yeah.
And that may solve the problem or create another one.
And not only that, like I say, this house, I think, was a year-round resident, but they had access here. So
The driveway.
it was right in here, wasn't it? Wasn't it in here on this sidewalk? Okay, so, yeah, so they would still,
And
the plow still would get to them.
And so all of a sudden, I walked down another 100 feet, and about 100 feet.
Yeah.
You know, just about.
That's the point, okay, all right. And like I say, this is just the trailer, it's for
No,
sale.
no.
Trailer,
The trailer's right there,
Right, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And that's for sale, so I mean, that's, you know, go anytime, and might end up being vacant.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, they don't plow down there anyway, right?
Yeah, he has been plowing down there.
Because he had to turn around. Well, because
Yeah.
somebody originally put the end of the road
Yeah, the
way down
end of the
here.
town, yeah, the town way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so to get down there, then he didn't have a place to turn around, so we went up to the next driveway.
And if he's correct, and this is the actual town,
Yeah,
it doesn't,
Yeah.
so we're not obligated to put a turnaround down here, because
No.
we shouldn't be going that far.
We
anyway.
could make the arrangements to.
But I think
figure out
before
what
we
do with
make
it.
that decision, we wanna have somebody come down and designate that spot, we've got the mileage.
I know Lorraine is, I think it was in 1974, that Buzzell extension was accepted with Langley Shore, the Langley Shore extension, Willow Street, Hawk Road, and 13th Street.
Cole,
Go,
Yeah.
it was all accepted in the same town.
Day before he answered
No,
me.
not the extension, not the road extension.
We reserved the room and everything.
That little
a
piece,
couple weeks
that,
ago.
that piece that they paved, I mean, they paved that piece down there for a reason, that went down over the hill.
So yes.
Yeah, it's same thing with Peacock Road.
In theory, the
Town line, town line
Which
never
is
used to be that
different.
far all over the hills, it's up
But I
further.
think also
But they
usually
did
the chair would call the
because-
other members.
you know why they did it? Because they did the same thing on
Oh, we can
13th
do that
Street.
too.
The honorable
Yeah,
was
she
done
would have- she
because
would have
the
done the
road,
letter.
you know, there was still plows in there,
House, but-
and
I think it's
the
on
road was
the
washing out because it was a hill.
So they just paved
So
it.
they paved it, because.
So we know now they think it's part of the town way, but it wasn't, it was actually further up the road, they just paved further than they
And I'm
should have.
just saying, David, my way.
Okay, he said
Because I know that, one of my
Marissa,
neighbors
check out the last.
told me, because they.
This is
they
some-
came
Those are the
in and
campers,
paid,
yes, I heard that this is coming down.
It was,
When you get to the back,
the
these
summer
new
of
lots,
72. They
This
paid
is how you
that
can
bill.
take care of the campgrounds.
Gravel.
Okay,
And the reason they
but
did it,
we're gonna get
because every
that
year it
shortly.
walked
and
out.
I'm gonna be heading up to my meeting
So
shortly.
they
You know,
figured
the
they
clock
correct
works
the
here, but it's
problem,
almost
they-
7.
they put the time
Just so
on,
you know,
and
though,
that
we
was
have
it.
discussed this, and we certainly get it worked up, but it can't go on the warrant this year.
No, I understand
Okay.
that. I understand that.
I was just gonna
But
take
it's
some-
something we can start taking a look at, and
Do a
we've got
little
these
work at it.
three
Oh, yeah.
turnarounds
Well,
off
no,
the
this is-
cell,
this
so
is
that
just
you're not
preliminary
violating the
Yeah,
town.
it's been,
You know, what now?
That sounds great,
Or
and
anything.
also, just a gentle reminder, I will not be
Yeah,
here
Turn around, look to
as
see
after June
if
12th.
we could turn
Okay,
around.
so get busy,
I'm
girl.
not into
Let's get all these
this,
roads straightened out.
getting our customers, you know, unhappy, because I'm sure it would be a few people on that road already if I didn't go with plow as much as I did on that road. There'd be quite a few people that are unhappy, you know, because people don't like change. But, you know, I mean, as far as, you know, I just, even just, I know because the house could be sold and all that, but it seems like there should be an easier way just to get a written permission to turn around in that guy's driveway, and then if someone else buys it, say, hey, this is what the guy did before, if you want your road plowed to this point, we want written permission to turn around in your driveway.
Well, if they
And we
can,
have to allow any road to do that.
Well, no,
Yeah,
what
that's-
he's saying,
that's-
what Scott's saying is, we're not actually building a turnaround, it's saying we're getting, permission from the homeowner,
well, if
stating
you
that
get,
they
if
can.
you got a recorded easement, you know, even if the property changed hands, you know, you'd still,
Well, that's-
Yeah, but
wouldn't you still have that?
I know, I get into that,
I think what's.
it's getting a little too deep there.
Yeah, because what you're doing is, the problem is, if you, well, when we talked about the 100-foot, this and that, when people say, oh, easement, they get worried, because believe me, I know, I've got an easement runs down on my properties, and I can't stop anything that happens on it, so when we go to a homeowner and say, I want an easement to turn around your driveway, they feel that they're losing their property, and they're losing their rights, and they are.
But if you
But,
go with the other approach that, I mean, I just like to have written permission from the town, have it notarized, and, you know, that I'm gonna be turning around here, and then we're gonna,
Yeah.
I mean, this is my, it's not like I'm going to the next driveway to plow, it's my soonest possibility to turn around after that section of road that I still believe is part
I
of the
think
town.
legally, that would take a long time.
Well, I think this is why we discontinued about a dozen roads.
Well,
So we would be making a special favor for these roads that we weren't willing to make for others.
Well,
I
we
mean,
kind
if
of
we had
already
made
got with
exceptions-
13th Street, we did the same
Well,
exception we did with
you know,
that.
we were doing Buzzell, all of Buzzell. and
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of hard feelings out there. So I don't think that we can, maybe Larissa, you can help us. I don't know how we can go around our own ordinances in the town.
I don't think that we do go, that is advisable at all. I think the way to, if there's a problem with an ordinance, then the proper thing to do is to discuss, you know, figure out what the problem is and bring forward an amendment to that ordinance at town meeting. I mean, the ordinances are voted on at town meeting, and we amended a couple of ordinances last year. And so that is the proper way to do it, is discover what do you feel is the problem? And then it goes through, you rewrite the ordinance, we would send it through legal, make sure that it's legal, what's being written. We would hold public hearings on the ordinance and get feedback on it. If there was feedback that was considered to be valuable and therefore should change what had already been rewritten, those reworks would be made. Again, it would go to legal, okay? But then you'd have to have a public hearing with a final copy, okay? So that there is, no changes can be made after that final public hearing. And from that public hearing, you would then go to town meeting with the proposed ordinance change.
It's a lot of work you have to turn around.
I know.
It is, I mean,
It's no different than the fire truck going down in there and turning around, and that person driving, you know,
Well, I think-
it's just an emergency situation, far as there is a part of the town road there that's still emergency
I think
situation.
this right here is exactly what you're talking about.
Well, this is the new, these are the new state laws, yeah, which we haven't gotten to yet.
I think what we're getting away from what really we're trying to accomplish here is, I think what we're trying to do is just take away the liability of screwing someone's dooryard up and then having it come back on us. I don't, most of these people don't have a problem. I think we're trying to head it off so we don't have a problem.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't think that we can't make exceptions anyway, as a road committee. This has got to go by,
Oh, it's gotta go.
this has got to go to a higher power, because, I mean, we have
Did you
so
give
many
your
people
copy of-
upset that have, that have lost the road maintenance that they
We're
have.
talking about turnaround.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we could have made exceptions for other roads and done this. So I just think we've got to be very careful, and make sure whatever it is legal.
I mean, the spot, the turnaround, I mean, because, you know, I have a lot to do with the Buzzell Road deal, but like.
What I did, I took out the tax map.
Heck Road.
What are we talking
and
about?
Where was the other one? I don't have,
Willow.
that's Willow or Scott's, but, you know, that one up there, obviously, there's no issues with private. I would be more onto a private, but I get that we have interest in it.
Is,
But I believe in Scott and I's,
part of the town, part of the
up there on Buzzell,
Yeah.
And he thinks he can get enough room.
we have
to turn the
interest.
truck around without
We have to have someplace to turn around. And so that would be right here.
On Buzzell Road,
It's
Yeah, when we get to the state law,
okay.
this 3105,
Where we
this
got
would
public
enable us at a
before,
town meeting to take on
somebody
any of these
posted that the end of
roads.
the road was way
And
down here.
without having to deal with
Scott would
an
get out
easement,
here,
it would be a matter
and
that
he'd
they
have
would
to go down
request
this
it
guy's driveway
and
way
come
out here.
to us,
Okay.
or the municipal
But I
offices,
measured
the
it,
assessors, it pretty much
and
spells it out for
0.8
fire and
miles
police protection.
came to this
Then if you
guy's
chose to
driveway, which comes
do,
out
wanted to
just
do
about
work
here.
on the road,
And then
would apply to
so
any of the watershed
0.2
issues. It's
would be
listed
another
right here exactly.
105,
You both
106
did through the class, you know what that is. And it's following the
here.
best management practices.
So,
and-
I believe that it would be to the town's
You can
interest.
turn in this right speed.
If we have a spot marked off saying, okay, this is where the end town way is,
Oh, so
okay, we
it
know
stops
that,
here and then keeps
and we don't
going.
have to go down
Okay.
the hill, then we're not, obviously not obligated. Now, if we have something, someone come and measure this out and say, okay, it is halfway down that hill, it's 200 feet down that hill,
Up in the
then
end
I think it would be our interest saying, okay,
The property owner for
get the
221.
easements,
Oh,
just so that we can pass over that
People
to
here.
that next driveway and get
In that
permission.
whole subdivision.
That's
why
why you do that, instead of
left.
spending a bunch of money trying to make a turnaround in a small one you can't do anyways.
Yeah, no, I agree.
As far as,
West Shore Drive?
as far as
Okay,
that section of
Square
road too, I mean, everybody's got the GPS
And
and
so-
and everybody's got old paperwork.
This is
saying how long, you
all
know.
wooded
I
area
mean, on
here.
some of these certain,
If-
I mean, I know corn
Scott would have to
posts
turn around
sounds
and
like a lot of
find out.
money, but
Just
have them
what
put.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have them put in,
I don't want, I'm not gonna be the guy that goes out there
Okay.
and says this is .82 miles, because you're missing a curve here and a curve there, and you gotta have it done
We gotta
professionally.
signal across.
That way they
Yes.
can come to town meeting time
Hey.
and say, they wanna know why this isn't being plowed anymore, because we had an actual survey come in and say, this is why we're not plowing this anymore. But if they turn around, come down halfway down that hill, then that's when we have to turn around and say, okay, we gotta make this so he can turn around when he's plowing it in the wintertime. So,
I'm gonna go upstairs to my board's meeting, but, if the road commissioners wish for the road committee to pursue turnaround issues, please ask them to do so that they can be applying their efforts towards that. And
They did it last
Okay,
meeting.
okay, great, fantastic. So, if that's of interest, absolutely. You guys know the road ordinance probably better than anyone else in the town. And you know the land, the laws that have just been passed as far as of safety equipment and so forth. If you think the ordinance doesn't cover the turnaround needs that the guys have, come up with draft writing that you think would cover those needs. And bring it to us so we can start that process.
Is there a bottom line, someone that can finalize this, because there are questions? Do we have a,
You mean where does the buck stop?
yeah.
I think that's legal. I think
We need a higher power.
and that higher power is going to be legal. But in order for us to submit something to legal, we don't want to call our town attorney and say, will you please write this up for us? That becomes very expensive because they don't know our road ordinance. They don't know our town stuff. You guys do. I've helped write a couple of ordinance changes. It looks daunting to begin with, but once you get in, it's usually just a sentence or two that needs to be added. And it's just a question of adding that sentence with underlining to designate it as new language. You provide that to our office, we'll get that run through legal and make sure that it is still a legal ordinance, and then that process can start. But it does need to go onto the town floor, and so you're looking at June of 2013.
That's right, but that gives us a full year.
Yes.
And we could look at many of these private roads would be able to be served under this.
Those would be separate, you're looking at two separate issues. I mean, the turnaround issue is one issue.
Yep.
The providing of snow plowing for certain private roads that meet these new state guidelines, totally separate issue. And that's not going to be an ordinance necessarily, I don't think. In some ways, that's going to be a warrant article. And
That's
so
right.
you guys could also work on drafting up that warrant article, because next year, the select board, of which I will not be part, just a nice reminder for everyone, that the select board is going to want to have those warrant article requests the same way we did this year, January, February. So this is a great time to start working on them, because it gives us time to get them through legal, it gives us time to just get them dealt with as they need to be dealt with prior to the end of February, when we'd like to have those finished warrant articles coming in.
That's excellent.
Okay?
That's excellent. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But going back to the surveying part, on something like Hawk Road, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel you're only supposed to go into that shot, I don't know, you guys, I had that on my list, I don't know if you guys went down in Hawk Road.
No,
No, we didn't.
But there's,
I
that's
believe,
not,
I believe you're right, that first driveway.
right by Canary,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be the turnaround right there, but there again, you know, if that's the turnaround, I wanna fix it, I wanna fix it right, but I want pin,
Well, yeah, and
So
then
I know-
you have to, because you're
Right.
not gonna, you don't wanna be over on Camary's property trying, you gotta have it designated where you can do what you're gonna do. It's kinda like, same idea up there, we
So
really
that
have.
would, that would, you know, basically, I mean, we're not surveyors, they.
that's what I'm saying, it's, I mean, some
So
of
if we
these.
get, if we got together, say, a list of, well, we got 3, and then Hawk Road, so say 4, and they hire a surveyor to come in and research the,
Well, I mean, like on Muzzle Road, we don't have nothing to start with anyway.
you know,
Besides knowing the actual end of the road. Going back to the county York deeds there, they would, you know, that's where corner house would come in and they'd find it over there, where find the legal documentation where that end of that, town owns the end of that road, and they would at least pin the end of our road, so we knew exactly where the end of the road is. And then we would decide, is there a house on that road or isn't there?
yeah.
You know, if there is one house that could be on that land, which, you know, lot 12, the house is down further. If lot 12 does hit that, then, I mean, that lot is on a town road. You know, it's, part of that lot is in front of the town road.
Well, like, Willow Street.
Willow Street just never got finished.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but you can't just go in there with an excavator and start
No,
taking
no,
dirt
You've
out.
got the easements to do it, you gotta get the easements.
We have to talk with the people that own the rest of that land.
And I believe we'd have to go to town meeting to accept the
Yes, we
easement,
would.
so
Right,
it's
yeah,
a long
yeah.
process.
There again, if that guy says no up there, and we go back to the W, the 50-foot right-of-way right there, and then whose right-of-way is this? And, you know, it's a right-of-way, and then we punch it in there, and we're sorry. We're gonna go up, swing, back in, or swing in, turn around, back out, and go.
Now, can the town, I know the state can do this, eminent domain, they take a piece at
Yeah.
a certain value or whatever.
I think
Real
the
cheap
town
usually.
would, the town would want to stay away from that.
Yeah, I don't think
That
that-
wouldn't fly.
No, that wouldn't work.
I don't know, why not?
I don't think it would in this town.
I mean.
You know, anytime you mention.
Anytime ball.
I know there was
How's
something that
this?
came up a couple of years ago.
This is where the
eminent
code office
domain.
gets involved, because that piece of property back there has to have so many feet of right of way. Right now, it doesn't have that.
It's private, it'd be a private, which one are you talking about?
The law right at the end, the one-way talk, I haven't got it written for
Yeah, speak on Muzzle.
That's what
No, I'm talking about Willow. I'm talking about Willow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about the one where they didn't finish the project,
Right.
and,
What do you mean they didn't finish the project?
well, obviously, there's no hammerhead or a cul-de-sac at the end of the subdivision.
There was no requirement for it.
Okay, back at that point in time, when was this development created?
1969.
That was 69?
When was it accepted, 1974?
We had no road on it at that point in time?
See, I've dug it up somewhere, Dick, and it did, it showed it going way up the hill. And this is where it stops now, correct?
Right here.
Right.
This is where that one goes in,
Right.
the house up back there.
And it did, it showed it going way up here, and then the road coming all the way back around, and coming right back out this road right there. I mean, I did pull it up somewhere somehow in the town records.
This is what's in the, Lorraine gave me the copy of this, whatnot.
Because I went to Colby Ricker.
Yeah.
And to me, I mean, and then I heard, you know, they've got to, because I kind of looked into this a long time ago, that this point, yeah, the town wouldn't accept at this point, they just never came back and finished the project for the hammerhead. Well, there wasn't actually gonna be a hammerhead, it was just gonna go
Be a
off.
circle drive.
Be a circle drive, large cul-de-sac with more house lots on it, they just never finished it. Because I've been, you know, having this, that
So-
around the back of my head for
Should we ask the road committee to maybe contact these people and ask them what they're interested in granting us an easement for turn on here?
yes, that would be most appreciated.
Yeah, but I don't know whether it's legal for us to do an easement. That's what, we'll do this by the town legal.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
we need,
yeah.
is an easement. I
We
mean,
need
you can't
to-
go on any property without it.
Well,
Well,
this
simple
easement,
fee.
this fee simple. There's nothing simple about fee simple. Yeah, there's nothing easy. That's a full deeding it over. Fee simple, deeding the land over, and that's what's acceptable for plowing now. So, I don't know, well,
They
this'll have
may
to,
do that,
No,
I mean,
fee simple is just the right, it's 20 feet wide,
no,
above and beyond the ground.
I got it right here. Right. There's nothing simple about fee simple. There is nothing simple about it. Here you go. In front of this road ordinance. Fee simple interest. I've got it. An absolute and unqualified interest in the land at common law with an interest that extends infinitely both above and below the surface of the earth and includes mineral rights. The owner of a fee simple interest can use the land for any lawful purpose. So this is deeding you a totally clear, the town a totally clear title, which is what the town is asking for.
I don't believe so, no, that you're not, they're not giving their property away, it's giving a right of way. A right of way is, it's the same idea as a right of way, right to use and improve. So this is telling you you can dig, you can do whatever you need to utilize it.
Right, and you do not own the road.
You don't own it, but you have the right to do what you need to, it's just like any right of way. Right to use and improve.
Like my
Well,
road.
I'm
my
not
road,
so
my
sure,
road.
I would like to know
It
for
may be
sure.
like an easement interest under definitions F. Easement interest, an interest that allows the public to travel over land owned by someone other than the municipality and allows the municipality to maintain the way.
Yeah, same idea there.
But I thought that the town did, the only thing that they would accept now as far as, would be the fee simple.
That's what I understood also, is that
Yeah.
they will only accept fee simple.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be plowing.
Because, I mean, it's
But
not-
fee simple's telling you.
That's,
you can
this
do
means, not that we can't fix it, but what
This
this
is our
means.
town ordinance, so
Yeah, so
why wouldn't
this
they
is-
accept why wouldn't they
Well,
accept
because
the easement?
here's the, because then they go on,
It's
these are
not
the
saying-
definitions, Scott, but then they go on, Class B roads, you need to be at least a Class B to get plowed. So then Class B you get right into, that's what
Right.
you have to,
But, yeah, Class B to get plowed, that's,
well, that's what we're
Fee
talking
simple-
about, is plowing.
There's nothing in fee simple that says that the homeowner has to give the property away. It's just given right away, that's all it's saying. And-
Well, if you read under Class B roads,
yeah, we're not
Well,
going for a Class B road.
what are we going for?
We are going for
Class A
a,
road,
What?
you could be on Class A road.
I mean,
If
all,
you're on Little Street, you're on a Class A road.
Yeah.
well, it's
It's a town
in
accepted way.
a town accepted
Well,
way, under the.
Let's just make sure that we run this by legal. Wait, did you see if it?
You get all hung up on this stuff, you know?
I do. I mean, we threw out a lot of roads here, and people are very angry that they feel disenfranchised and they're not getting taken care of. And then for us to,
I know, I mean.
you know,
I just-
all of a sudden start making special arrangements for special roads, I don't think is right.
We haven't got to that point yet.
Good.
First of all, you gotta turn around and find out if people are gonna, cooperate, you know?
Well, let's first find out what we're allowed to let them cooperate with.
I think first of all, I think we're making ahead of ourselves here. let's do what we talked earlier. Let's see if we can get the easement, that Garvin Road, try to see how they managed to do that one. See if they use a fee simple, maybe, or the
On
public
Garden
easement.
Road, when was that, you know?
Garvin, it was about 8 years ago. Well, how long you been, it's been longer than that, about 10 years ago.
Okay, because this is
Yeah.
since 2007.
Yeah.
So from 2007 on, this is our ordinance. We voted it in at town meeting. So we have to follow this or amend it. Now, I'm perfectly happy to amend this.
Well, what we are saying,
And,
Cindy, is,
Wait, does it say you need to be simple?
it doesn't.
For Class B,
No.
But the road's already accepted though, that's the thing, Cindy, the road's already accepted, so it's not like you're doing a newly accepted road after 2007.
no,
This is a grandfather.
but there's
road that we're
another,
just-
but we're adding a part to it.
But we're not, we're adding.
I just want to be careful here.
Yeah.
And I just want to be careful and not make any errors. Is there any problem with checking the legality and?
No.
No,
Let them blow it out of proportion before we even get started.
Okay,
I mean, probably the perfect example to start with, I mean, yes, it'd be nice to check out how they did it on Garden Road, but Willow Street. I mean, it shows an extension part of the road that's just not finished.
was that accepted through town meeting?
Yes.
To plan what to do, so.
I believe in 1974, that road was accepted, Coldwood, Park Road.
I'm talking about the extension of Willow. They must have had a set of plans for approved subdivision for that.
The one I saw, I mean, like I said, it showed the whole,
Yeah.
there was no turnaround. I mean, they were just gonna go up, do a big circle, but they realized when they get up in there, it's gonna cost this much, a lot of money, because it does, and it goes right up, big steep ledge and all that, it's gonna cost buku money to finish that road. And they just got this much pass, and then the people accepted it.
See ya.
well, the same thing happened with Edgecombe Road.
Yeah.
Those people were under the impression that road was going to be finished. And if you've taken a ride down
Oh,
there,
I've graded that road before. and
Oh, my
that's-
gosh.
that's- I only go to the hill, so I don't get over the hill.
that road.
I've been all the way to the bottom in my car.
I just,
In the cabin?
Yes,
that's a rough ride, all the
I went over
way.
there in the
It was
winter,
slow.
and I was glad I took the four-wheel drive.
well, I went down this summer for one of their meetings down at the
Oh.
bottom.
I just don't wanna open up a can of worms with this, you know?
No, I don't either,
If
but
we
this
could-
is an opportunity to maybe, make some,
It's not something, the fee's simple, I believe it'll go through that. And it's something that I don't think we need ownership of, we just need to use the passage, use rights of using the property for our turnaround. So if legal will tell us whether or not that'll work.
Fee simple,
Okay.
the only thing about fee simple is, people, they feel, they're giving up.
But I don't believe they are giving up, they're just giving you the right to use it, it's just like any other right of
fee
way.
fee simple, you are deeding that land to them.
Well, it doesn't say that here.
It's an absolute and unqualified interest, that's what you're passing on. Fee simple is what you.
But that's
have
with
to deed
any
in.
right of way is the same thing, any right
No,
of
there's
way.
different ones. A right of way is different.
Yeah.
It's not an
Right away,
interest.
You retain the land.
You still own the
Just give
land.
the right for somebody to pass.
That's
Somebody
right.
pass
Yeah.
over.
So it'll be under public easement.
That's right, that's right.
So it'll be under public easement, same idea then. That, right there.
Well, public easement.
Yeah, you can go underneath,
If-
they don't have
but
public
if
easement.
they have to- if we have to amend
That's why I
the-
thought easement interest,
Easement
because it
interest,
mentions
yes.
in there, it allows the municipality to maintain it.
Yeah, so I mean, we got avenues to go, we just gotta figure out which one.
Yeah, and what do we want to do? Do we want to make these, do we want to take on more of these private roads? I think that we
Well,
should
that
feel
is-
an obligation
yeah.
to.
Well, that's a
to do
different,
that.
that's a different discussion, I mean, we're, right
Well,
now.
we're getting into it with this, and we're
Well,
getting
yeah,
into
but
it.
we're talking about public road right now, trying
Yeah,
to,
the turnarounds.
I know where you wanna go with the private roads, and I think that's a discussion we could probably have, I mean, whenever, but right now, I think right now, we're just trying to talk about the turnarounds.
Okay.
We're not, cause like Willow Street, we're not talking about going over a private road or anything, we're talking about making a turnaround on a piece of private property, just a turnaround, it's not, not making way through there or anything.
Or, I mean, like you said, it shows that road going a little bit further, but it's, obviously, it's still
Yeah,
wooded.
but I've got a note here, I'm gonna do some dig out to see if we can turn around and
That-
a little further.
That up there
You know,
was
what
terrible.
did the article actually say? Because it got so many feet of that road, so we can pinpoint.
Right, pin,
Yeah.
you know, that'd be another one that might be corner posts.
Then
along
then you
the
could
actual-
go up, you could go up and have them survey it, then, you know, then you could widen it out if the town owns that.
Right.
Because like I say, you know, when I was up there, I said, wow, you know, that's a tough spot to try to,
Yeah, I mean, during the wintertime, one
Yeah,
time, it's hard
yeah.
to turn around up in there.
you know, you got any, you know, after an accumulation of snow, you know?
Willow Street's already surveyed,
Yeah,
with all, right down.
so a survey could take that and say, you know, you go up there and you say, well, this is where we want to put the turnaround for the plow truck. And he'll say, well, yeah, that's all town property.
I mean, I don't believe I don't believe they'd have a problem. I'm not gonna like speak for anybody, but I would think to extend that enough so we can do a turnaround, and even if they did write it over to the town, it's not hurting anybody, it's not affecting that lot none. So it would only help them, I would think, for their road frontage, because right now, they only have 50 feet of road frontage, and it's not even a buildable lot right now, from the looks at it on that town map.
It looks like a flag, but.
Well, I mean, if they use the right of way over on the right-hand side, I guess they can use that as their road frontage. That, yeah, it's 200 feet, so yeah, they got 250 feet if they use the right of way, which I don't believe, because that would have to go to town standards. That would have to go to town standards to be considered road frontage, correct?
Well, that's how my law is set up on my road, back in the day.
Back in the day, before that.
Right.
So, but right now,
But
that's,
it's a right of way, it's, you can have up to 250 feet of right of way or town frontage.
but it's gotta be on a town-approved road, an accepted road, meaning, Class C, correct? I believe
Right.
20 feet wide, this and that,
Right.
but the way the ordinance runs now is that wouldn't be acceptable unless that was brought to town standards.
If it's more, 2 or 3 more houses on it, I believe.
And it's only
One
one
house on
there,
it, there's only one house up there.
Yeah.
So it's just basically
a driveway.
a driveway.
So, I mean, for whoever owns that piece of property, it would be to their benefit to grant the town of Acton a piece of that property and put enough road in there, that would gain them road frontage. That would be my thoughts.
Well, it'll be the LLC, the people that own it.
Yes.
Would be almost like a cul-de-sac.
Well, do a hammerhead, I don't think we wanna get into doing a cul-de-sac, the cul-de-sac takes a lot more area.
Yeah, just something that you can go straight up in.
Yeah,
And I was looking at the hammerhead on the
ordinance.
ordinance.
Yeah, it's,
The turn us to the road.
So what they're saying is, it's 50 feet wide, then you got 25 feet on this side.
Yes.
25 feet on this side.
They're doing the outside dimensions of the turnaround, on at least 100 feet both sides. It's not 100 feet of turnaround.
It's 50 feet wide, and then to
Yeah.
one side of the T's, 25 feet out this side, and 25 feet out the other side. Which it does, for 25 feet wide, roughly, it is 100 feet long.
Yeah.
From T to T, through the section of the middle there.
Yeah,
Which that might be even tricky to do, because that's still out of the 50 foot.
well, I think you can get away by going longer coming in and then, shortening it, just by going further in on the property.
Right.
So you don't take up so much area going the other way too, because on this one here, you'd have to go in roughly, I don't know, what's that, 50, almost 100 feet, is that right? Yeah, about 100 feet. So you get past the other property. Just get past the other property if you were to try to do a T there.
That driveway going up there right now, it had a cable across it.
Yeah, that's the one on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
I'm talking on
Straight
Willow
ahead.
Street, the turnaround should go straight in.
Yeah.
Right straight in, and then, a little hammerhead right here.
But that's a hill, it goes like this.
Oh, I know.
That's what I was saying, it's like, wow, you know, to put a turnaround up there. If, you know, but if they own the land, I mean, you take the gravel out and use it.
No, I'm sure it's all decent material up in there, so it's,
Yeah.
besides getting,
As long as you don't run into ledge.
Could be a possibility. Do you have anything else on the agenda?
No, I think we're good, we need to,
Do you want to, on the next meeting, discuss some of the private road stuff, is that?
I think that, yeah, I do.
we got,
And looking forward to next year and next year's warrant,
yeah,
to get some,
we gotta study these,
Yeah.
this town ordinance, and we gotta
yeah, this
work through it a little bit, and figure out.
and the new state law, and,
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about it before, privately, and, you know, obviously this year is too quick.
it is.
And Scott and I would really have to do a little bit of research. We gotta figure out kind of, well, what kind of money we're gonna need, if there's gonna be any increases, where it's gonna go.
Right.
So is it gonna be a little bit, and I think that's something that our road committee can work on. Now, on the canal bridge stuff, from what I get out of it, it sounds like they're gonna do most of the work.
They're gonna do like
So-
everything at this point, you know?
So, and our RMS system, I'm just going to a rough
Yep, yep,
RMS, I think we're ahead of the ballgame, especially seeing we've got some of the information, so if you think this is something that we really wanna consider looking at, this private road stuff, for Scott and I for the next coming year.
I do.
It might be something we ought to consider,
Yeah.
you know.
Now, what
a little bit of research on.
what about the traffic counts?
well, that's part of the RSMS, so we'll do that, well, the other
We
thing,
wanna
what we
wait on
did
that till we
volunteer.
get-
Yeah.
I think we wanna wait on.
First thing is to get
Let's
the
get-
instruction.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get the instruction, and then we'll do the count before the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And then another, well, before Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Drive. We'll
Well, I
see,
think
we're just waiting to
wanted,
hear
if I
from them.
remember right, they wanted a summer one.
I would think actively
I've
more
never had
on
a
summer.
summer.
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah.
a summer one.
The active one,
But then, you know, if we might want to change, well, we could always do it again in the fall, but I mean, you know, you might want to change some of the roads.
Yeah.
Run that last.
You're gonna get your highest traffic count, obviously, in the middle of summertime, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think we're good until we hear from, you know, I'll continue with, we'll get the letter to Pam Judge for the bridge,
Yeah.
and then New Hampshire will get back to us.
One question I had with that, I talked to the, Teresa, I believe her name is, over in Wakefield.
Yeah.
And what happens when you register that under historical? Does that take away anything from Town Act, any rights from the Town Act on that bridge? No, does it
No.
restrict anything?
Well, I don't know, I think it's already.
It's already restricted right
It's
now.
already restricted, I don't think it's gonna get any worse,
But-
but the thing is, but having it makes it that much easier to get all the grant money.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother.
It's the whole thing, it's not
It's
just.
the whole thing, it's not
Not
just
the
the
bridge,
bridge.
it's the dam.
They're going
I
for
mean,
the whole
myself,
thing.
I mean, not the dam, but the causeway.
Yeah.
I think I made this clear there at the Canal Bridge, that I'm, being a road commissioner, I'm worried about the bridge.
Sure.
Further up, I mean, that's more of a conservation or, you know, historical
Two
society.
separate things here.
Huh?
I think there's two separate things here. One is the turnaround, restoring the canal and the bridge.
Yes.
That's yeah, that's just
But
Yeah,
then
another
say,
project.
another problem both Acton and Wakefield needs to address is if you want to turn around and keep, you know, maintain to be able to drive fire trucks, logging trucks.
Well, that's it.
Trucks and, you know, heavy.
What my question was,
I'd almost say, and somebody's gonna have to consider building another bridge and just leave that for historical purposes.
yeah,
Well, they're gonna build over it, that's the plan that they have. It'll be a steel span that will go across it, and will be supported far enough out so that no pressure will come in on it. And they have apparently researched, they've done a tremendous amount of work.
I was just worried when they, make sure there's no restriction being historical, that they can keep it posted or whatever. I'm sure they're doing the background check to make sure it's not,
Yeah.
it's not gonna put us in the same boat we're in where we can't use it.
Yeah, no. The steel span should solve that problem. I think they said it isn't gonna take 80,000 pounds, but, you know,
Well,
hopefully.
I mean, if we can get it so that bridge can, take 60, even 50,000 pounds, most fire trucks aren't 50,000
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah.
So emergency vehicles, school buses, stuff like that, obviously the dump trailers and stuff like that, probably we can eliminate.
Wheel, wing and plow loaded it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wakefield does it every
Yeah, well, they're about 70,000 pounds, they're,
They did say that, where it was a town, more or less a town bridge,
yeah.
that they're just covering themselves
Well, I think that's all they did the
with the
whole
front
thing.
3-ton limit,
Yeah.
as far as liability and stuff, that's why they posted it so low. But it probably would, I mean, you couldn't run 20 dump trucks a day over it.
Not every day.
Well,
I was actually on my way over to Wakefield the other day to go to the pub, and I had a triaxle log truck following me. And I looked at my dad and I says, I wonder if he saw that sign behind me, and luckily he turned into the camper right before the sign, he was going to get logs up in there, because I thought he was heading over the bridge, and it happened a little.
Logs on it?
No, he was going to get a load of logs, but I believe he was going out the other way anyways, and he was from the area, so he knew it, but I've seen it many times where, I've seen roofing, guys with bundles of, roofing. Tractor trailer would go right over that bridge with the boats inside, but the biggest problem is if they miss that sign, there's no place to turn around. On the Wakefield side, on the Acton side, it's still tough. No, I.
Well, we don't have such a short
get
drive,
that.
you don't have all 5 axles
Yeah.
on there at one time.
Yeah,
Did we take action on the minutes of the last meeting?
That we did.
yeah, we accepted it.
Did.
I seconded it. Made a motion to accept.
What's article, item 5, new laws and examples?
I gave you those. They're in the bottom of the packet. And,
Something
we're gonna start looking at, because the new laws allow us to plow the camp roads, they allow us to do working on them under certain circumstances. And I think we owe it to the people to pay all this money
Well,
to
so-
support the town.
Fire, police protection, protecting or restoring a great pond.
The first part of it, I've been told, applies to plowing, covers the plowing. So this means you don't have to, because with these roads, you'd never get fee simple. So the first part would cover you for plowing, the second part would cover you to go in and do work, where you train and to do actual work on those roads. And what we need is road committees to come forward in the next year or the next 6 months.
Well, yeah, they would have to come in, it would have to be something that do right off, because
Yeah,
Scott and I wouldn't want to get into the next year and scramble and trying to figure out.
no, I don't want to
money and all
scramble
that.
for again, but people are coming back now. And it's a good time to look at it. You both have taken care of all these roads.
And it's still would have to go before town meeting.
Yeah.
By the way, when's the town meeting this year? First Saturday or second?
Just a
Saturday.
second.
The 10th?
Yeah, because the election's on the 12th,
Okay.
so it's gotta be the second.
Which is the 10th?
No.
No, wait a minute,
I
9th.
think it's the 15th.
The 9th, the second Saturday in June is the 9th.
No, it's the 15th, it's the second week. I don't think it's the third week.
No, I'm saying, because I've got to go to New York on June 8th, which is a Friday.
I don't seem to have anything about the.
You don't have the new laws?
Friday, June 1, Saturday, June 2nd.
It'd be the last 2 pages.
The second Saturday in June is June
Oh,
9th.
okay.
Oh, you got
The
it?
last 2 pages. And if you want to look at 3105, and, which is down the bottom of the first page.
June 9th is the second Saturday in June.
Okay.
I won't be. I know I won't. I thought they always had it the first Saturday in June, the town meeting.
There should be 2 pages to the laundry. The final 2.
Supposedly another page to this?
This is the second page. Here. The second paragraph.
Okay.
Over here. The fan might knock you off the seat, but you'll be fine.
That, how they go from police and fire protection to taking care of the lakes all in the same one. You know, it's kind of odd how they combine that, but
Now, this turnaround says you can drive over them, but it doesn't say you have to maintain them.
This is the second with the drainage. I didn't know that towns were also under the,
oh yeah,
you know.
yeah.
that
I've
that's
dealt
what I had to
with
do
them, I've dealt with them
6.
before in Sanford,
Yeah.
doing storm drain.
Yeah.
Can be very interesting.
I think they just want to cover, you know, protect themselves from
Well, what it is
lawsuits.
for instance, the drainage I did for the town of Sanford, there was a old drainage pipe that came onto a lady's property, and they wanted to put a house in, so they told Sanford, you gotta move your pipe.
Yeah.
So they had to give an easement between 2 properties, because you can't discharge water on somebody's property unless it's been there for many moons, you know?
Yeah.
So,
So, Dick, will you continue to look into the turnaround situation?
With that,
Will you continue to look into the turnaround? And I think our next meeting ought to be after we hear from Jerry Douglas. There should be any time right now. Well, we probably won't even have to have a meeting. We'll just schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll just schedule that.
I give you more than 2 days notice though. That's all.
Well, you know, I put in to find out if everything was scheduled on Tuesday and it hadn't been, so.
Oh, yeah, I got a call a couple days
So
ago,
we're
so we had a
gonna
meeting, so.
change the way we do things, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I apologize, that's why.
Well, I usually try to keep my Thursdays open anyways, with selectmen's meetings and stuff like that, so it worked out just right.
okay, well, I got both road commissioners.
Boy,
We're gonna have a road cleanup on the
24th,
21st.
21st. I thought that's fine,
Yeah.
said acting cleanup 24th.
And what I'm hoping I could elicit your help, I volunteered to turn around and pick up, you know, somebody, they'll pick up the road and they don't have a way to get it up to the transfer station, I will. But I don't wanna get,
What
you know,
day is that?
swamped. and I'm-
21st?
On the 21st.
Yeah.
It's a
Is that like Saturday?
Yeah. But I would say, you know, I'm just saying that if somebody picks up trash and puts it in bags, leaves it beside the road.
Leave 'em, yeah.
Okay, I'll try to pick up as much, or get people to
Just-
pick up, but if I don't get it all, I hope you guys act
I would
around and
prefer-
say, who the hell left that crap there, and then just keep driving by, you know?
I don't know about you, Scott, but I prefer just leaving it on the side of the road, so we don't just change one bag here and there, we just go and take care of it. I mean, if you guys wanna leave it on the side of the road, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, well, let's see, I'll try to, I've got my name on the notices,
Yeah.
but as I say, if I miss one or something, you know,
Yeah.
you when your cruise route and you see back
I think
there,
we're just
don't
about
go,
done.
Pick them up.
Yeah,
I've started this whole thing, I got the PDG and I've got everybody,
Yeah.
you know, the school and everything, and we've got notices all up and everything. Our biggest problem is, trying to get 109 cleaned up.
Yeah.
Now, I've talked to the selectmen possibly of trying to get prisoners. But I
prisoners.
understand that somebody talked to somebody over to the sheriff's office, over to the jail, and they said, you know, why do you want to use prisoners? Well, we want the kids out there. You know, aren't the prisoners as, you know, important as kids? I don't know.
Well, that's how the other states go. You go to Massachusetts, there's always somebody out there with a orange
Yeah.
bright suit on there picking trash, but
But
California.
between Trading Post and the fairgrounds,
Yeah.
109.
I found this year's been terrible, and a lot of tires, a lot of, well, I guess we know the dump's not open because I picked up a lot of stuff on the side of the road lately. Big stuff on TVs, you name it, I picked up on the side of the road lately. Oil jugs with old used oil in it, they just toss on the side of the road, you know.
So, but we'll turn around and try to get as much as we can, but I can't get it all, you know.
No problem. Thanks for doing that too, that's a good setup.
Well, let's see, for the first, probably the first 15 years that I lived here, okay? The wife and I did a lot of walking, and we, all summer long, we keep from the school out to 109 clean. We pick it up, put it in a trash bag, and then all of a sudden I get down and pick them up and, you know, take it out. But, I can't walk like I used to.
What's the lady's name that lives down there right before Hummingbird, who walks her dog, picks up all the trash from?
Monica.
Monica, she takes very good care of that whole section, there ain't a can or nothing, that whole section there.
So I don't know, we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, no problem.
Motion to adjourn?
A second.
All right, thank you.
Okay. We'll be in touch, next time we'll get your call.